In the wilderness of Sinai, the Lord spoke to Moses in the tent of meeting, commanding him to take a census of the whole Israelite community. Every male aged 20 and older, able to serve in the army, was to be counted by their ancestral tribes and families. The total number of men fit for military service came to 603,550. The Levites, however, were not counted among them, as they were set apart to care for the tabernacle and its furnishings. The tribes of Israel were assigned specific places to camp around the tabernacle, ensuring order and organization. Each tribe had its own leader and banner. The tribe of Judah, with its large numbers, camped on the east side, followed by Issachar and Zebulun. To the south were Reuben, Simeon, and Gad. On the west side were Ephraim, Manasseh, and Benjamin. Dan, Asher, and Naphtali camped to the north. The Levites camped around the tabernacle itself to protect the community from the wrath of the Lord if anyone else came near. The Lord gave detailed instructions on the duties of the Levites, dividing them into 3 clans: the Kohathites, the Gershonites, and the Merarites. Each clan had specific responsibilities regarding the tabernacle's structure and its sacred items. The Kohathites were in charge of the sanctuary's most sacred objects. The Gershonites managed the curtains and coverings, and the Merarites took care of the frames and pillars. God also instructed Moses on the purification of the camp, emphasizing the importance of holiness. Anyone who was unclean due to a skin disease or contact with a dead body had to be sent outside the camp until they were purified. Additionally, there were laws regarding restitution for wrongs committed, and the procedure for a woman suspected of infidelity. The Nazirite vow was introduced, allowing individuals to dedicate themselves to the Lord through a period of abstinence from wine, cutting their hair, and avoiding contact with the dead. At the end of their vow, they offered sacrifices and shaved their heads as a symbol of their commitment. The leaders of Israel brought offerings for the dedication of the altar. Each day for 12 days, one leader from each tribe brought offerings of silver, gold, grain, incense, and animals for sacrifice. These offerings symbolized the unity and devotion of the tribes to the Lord. The Lord spoke to Moses again, instructing him to set up the 7 lamps on the lampstand in the tabernacle, ensuring they illuminated the area in front of it. The Levites were then consecrated and purified for their service, symbolizing their total dedication to the Lord. As the Israelites prepared to leave Sinai, the Lord gave instructions on the use of silver trumpets to signal the community. The trumpets were to be blown to call the community together, announce the time to set out, and alert the people during times of war or celebration. On the 20th day of the 2nd month of the 2nd year, the cloud lifted from above the tabernacle of the covenant law, and the Israelites set out from the desert of Sinai. The Israelites had begun their journey from Mount Sinai to the Promised Land, but soon they started to complain about their hardships. Their grumbling displeased the Lord, and his anger was kindled. Fire from the Lord burned among them and consumed the outskirts of the camp. The people cried out to Moses, who prayed to the Lord, and the fire died down. This place was called Taberah, meaning burning, because the fire of the Lord had burned among them. Despite this warning, the people continued to grumble. They longed for the variety of foods they had in Egypt: fish, cucumbers, melons, leeks, onions, and garlic. They grew tired of the manna, the miraculous food that the Lord provided each day. The manna was like coriander seed and looked like resin. The people would gather it, grind it, cook it, and make it into cakes that tasted like something made with olive oil. But now, their craving for meat grew intense, and they wept aloud, each family at the entrance of their tents. Moses was deeply troubled by the people's complaints and went to the Lord, overwhelmed by the burden of leading them. He prayed, "I am your servant, Lord, so why are you doing this to me? What have I done to deserve this? You've made me responsible for all these people, but they're not my children. You told me to nurse them along and to carry them to the land you promised their ancestors. They keep whining for meat, but where can I get meat for them? This job is too much for me. How can I take care of all these people by myself? If this is the way you're going to treat me, just kill me now and end my miserable life." The Lord responded by instructing Moses to gather 70 elders of Israel, known to be leaders and officials, and bring them to the tent of meeting. There, the Lord would take some of the spirit that was on Moses and put it on them so they could share the burden of the people. The Lord also promised to provide meat for the people. He told Moses that they would eat meat not just for a day or two, but for a whole month until it came out of their nostrils and became loathsome to them, because they had rejected the Lord who was among them, and had longed for Egypt. Moses questioned how this could be possible given their large numbers, but the Lord assured him that his power was not limited. Moses gathered the 70 elders, and the Lord came down in a cloud and spoke with him. He took some of the Spirit that was on Moses and placed it on the 70 elders. When the Spirit rested on them, they prophesied, but they did not do so again. 2 men, Eldad and Medad, who were listed among the elders but had remained in the camp, also had the Spirit rest on them, and they prophesied there. A young man ran to tell Moses, and Joshua, Moses' assistant, urged Moses to stop them. But Moses replied, "Are you jealous for my sake? I wish that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord would put his Spirit on them."
Shalom, shalom,
Shalom.
to the Yashara Allah, shalom to the Bayafa, Dawada, shalom to the first circle, to all the brothers,
Ramas and his wife too.
Ramas and his wife, man. Peace and shalom to all the brothers, shalom to the Malaka, and then, when we back today, bro, we back today for another, enlightenment. The Most High has allowed us to kind of receive, a few layers of the revelation as far as certain things that are in relation to us as Israelites. So before we start, as usual, we turn to the east. Allah, Allah,
Allah, Allah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shama,
Shaba,
Yahweh
Sha'ai, Afa.
And also we're asking, for the Hasadayama of our Lord, like the mercies of David. We need the mercies because it's not easy to do this walk. It's very difficult because you leave or you're walking that, that narrow path. That's if you really, really want to go to the meat of that. If you want to get very technical, this walk, man, it's not. Now you can create your own little righteousness here and there to kind of as a coping mechanism to because a lot of people do in this truth. They make coping mechanism. I had to do that as well. When I first started or whatever. But for the most part, you learn, and then even sometimes you find yourself into that energy again. But you just have to get back to it. It's not easy. That's the reason why the blood is very important. When we pray, we have to, invoke the blood, man. In our prayers, because just like we did in Egypt, man, we put the blood on the post, the doors, so that when the angel of death comes, and the angel of death is the sickness that we have in, the poverty, the situation that we find ourselves in, and you know what I'm talking about, man. If you're in this truth, the problem that comes with being in the truth, or even in Israelite, being an Israelite, there's so many things. Like we come from broken, houses, broken families, single households, lowliness, poverty, mental, breakdown, mental issue, sicknesses, handicap, disability, also, drug abuse.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Abuse. How women being raped, being abused, hung out on drugs, and the whole thing, man. It's hard. It's hard, man. You know what I mean? But that's why we have to endure. We have to endure.
Run the race.
It's very important to endure, man. But yeah, Malaka, when you're ready, read the Ecclesiastes 1 and 9, man, and then we're gonna carry on.
1 and 9.
Hopefully, the Most High, the Spirit, I would say, that He allows to have it to Rawaha Kwadasha, will give us the word that are impactful, so we can edify the body.
Okay. All right. This is the futility of all endeavor. Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun.
Right, there is no new thing under the sun, man. You know what I mean? And if you pay attention, you will understand. What did they call, when you go to Revelation 11:8, what did they call this place that we are? And by the way, America is not, when the Bible speaks in Revelation 11:8, you know, America is not the only great city, man. You got to understand, we're dealing with what? Literature.
Yeah.
So when you say the great city, it's not necessarily a special, a specific location. Just like when you say Jerusalem today is not necessarily the land. It is the land, but also is wherever Israelites are. Whatever the Jews are, whatever the Israelites are. All right, and I'm gonna try and break that down so people can understand what's going on, man. Because we are living in the concrete wilderness, man. You know, they call it concrete jungle. I'll say concrete wilderness, man. Yeah. We're going through the same thing that we went through when we left Egypt. You know, but it works in a reverse type of way. Prophecy does work like that as well. You know what I mean? That's why I say I will send you to another Egypt. You know what I mean? To another Egypt. And for those people that were in West Africa, they're going to send to Europe, and the people that were from Europe were sent to America. And the people from West Africa were sent to America, so it worked like that. That's why they call it the triangle, you know, because there's people that were taken from here as well, Europe. Do you know what I mean? So when I go into it, you will understand, man, that the great city is also Europe, man. It's not just America. And, you know, so that means as well that, you know, Zechariah 13:8, when he says that 2/3 shall be cut off, that doesn't speak of America, but you got a camp, which is GMS, that say that, oh, they should only focus in America. But now, and that's, you know, with all due respect, right? The people that are, there's brothers that are GMS here, what do they do then? If you tell them that, so when they teach, let's say about America, what about where they live? This is Europe, man. America came from Babylon. America came from Europe. So this is Babylon, and America is a daughter of Babylon. I keep saying that, man. So if you're going to teach, don't teach based on, oh, we got to teach that. Then you move like a Pharisee. Teach it based on what the word says, man. The common sense of it. Don't teach it based on how you feel it should be. You know what I mean? And we always going through the Spirit correct those things, man. So the brothers that are in GMS that live in England, how do they teach? If I'm here teaching outside, obviously we're here teaching. Yeah. But if I'm in the street there, out there teaching and saying that, or I'm doing a video and I send on YouTube, and a guy from England and you know, or London or wherever is watching the GMS video, and all he hears is the prophecy on America, but he lives over here. He woke up in the morning as a so-called black man, touching hell, you know, seeing Deuteronomy 28 manifesting as curses in his daily life. So what is the prophecy about him? How do we get ready when he say, oh yeah, we only focus on America? No, that's a wrong way to teach. No. Because even in England, we catching hell as well.
Worldwide, man.
Right. The missile will come as well in Europe, man. It's not only America, bro. So I'm gonna try to break it down to the best of my abilities. The brothers that are ready about this truth, brothers that are really checking this truth for what it's worth. You know, hopefully you get it, and then you'll be your own man. You ain't gonna be following just people that have an agenda. And I love GMS, but when it's something that's wrong, we go have the balls to correct it, man. Respectfully, man, because we stand on truth. All right, so read Revelation, you know, 8. When you read Revelation 8, then you can jump to Revelation 2, because I have something to break down.
11 and 8.
You read Revelation 11 and 8. Once you're done, you go back down to the top. We're going to read it all the way to 8, and then I'm going to break down certain things.
From 8 to the top, yeah?
So you start at 8.
Yeah, go back to the top.
And then boom, after that, when I finish to talk about that, you go on 2, and then we're going to go, you know?
Yeah.
We're going to...
All right. This is the 2 witnesses. Revelations.
Right. The 2 witnesses. Remember that. And I'll open your eyes onto something that is right there before your eyes, but it takes the Holy Spirit to make you see certain things. That's why this truth that we are operating in is not a truth. It's not some, look, this is magic, man. Look what this is magic. But it's just like on the right hand side. Because you're dealing with spirits. That's the reason when you need truth, the real business is like, you gotta work on yourself, because if you're not careful, while you're in the truth, you'll still be operating on the left-hand side energy. There's brothers in this truth that operate on the left-hand side energy, but they don't even know it. Because this is, like the sister that said something, said that, oh, the Bible is a book of spell. It is a book of spell. Think about it. When Yahweh say, get out, it's through the word, he cast out demon, man. When you pray, it's like incantation. When you pray, when you take the Hebrew, the Bible says in the preface of Sirach, that the Hebrew in its original tongue is a very powerful book. It's a very powerful language. That term abracadabra, it means like bringing the word. Yeah, abracadabra, it means like, you speak and it comes to pass. So, paraphrasing it. It's actually a Hebrew term. So, when you speak in Hebrew, when you say the Lashwana Kwadasha, it's powerful, it's incantation, it's magic. Those words have energy, they have a code, and they manifest in this realm. So when you read the Bible, when you read the Psalm, you are dealing with powerful word, energetic, filled, open, portal open.
That's right.
When you're in the right mind and in the right spirit, you're obedient, you do things. That's the reason why the prophet was able to prophesy from how many thousands of years ago, and things are manifesting today. This is not a joke. Word. In the beginning was the what?
Word.
Exactly. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to understand that. So the spirit is the one that reveals, man. It's not an elder. An elder can be, the elder will reveal it to you. The spirit will reveal to the elder, but it's up to the elder now to teach it the right way.
True that.
And not make it political. But the spirit can really think to you as well. And when the spirit really thinks to you, it will be conflicting with what the elder says. So what you're going to do is like, oh, because the elder, but you can clearly see, the spirit gives you the ability to see the truth for what it is and not doubt, because it's so clear. How can you doubt when it's so clear? That's the authority that the Most High gave the men of the Lord, the servant of the Lord. It's an actual authority, the ability to see things for all they are, so you don't doubt, and you're able to pinpoint when something is wrong, man. So let's go.
This is Revelations chapter 11 verse 8.
Bring that up.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
Right, and the dead bodies shall lie in the what?
In the street of the great city.
Right.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right, and we all know the reason why it's called Sodom and Egypt is what? Is the reason why it's simple. Sodom, because the Batty boy activity
LGBTQ.
Yes, exactly, but don't say the word like that. But you have to be technical there. The pride got legalized where? In Europe, in America, right?
Is it legalized in America now?
Of course it's legalized in America.
I thought it wasn't official like that.
No, it's legalized over there, it's legalized here. Yeah? And then you go to Egypt. Why? Because of the way we were in captivity back in Egypt is the same way we're in captivity today. Where are the main places where we leave the captivity under Esau? America and Europe. All right. So it's not only America. Now, coming up in the truth, you heard the elder say that, so you take it on, and you don't want to use one-on-one. But I will show it to you, man. The Holy Spirit must force you to get it, bro.
Critical thinking, man.
Right. So yeah. Now you finish it. Go back to 2. You finish it. Go back to 2.
Where also our Lord was crucified. All right. So this is 11 and 2. But the court which is without the temple, leave out.
Read it from 1, man. Let's start from 1.
Revelations 11 and 1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of Yahweh, and the altar, and them that worship therein. Verse 2.
And that talks about what? That talks about Israel. Do you know what I'm saying? And the elect as well.
Yeah.
All right. The people that are in the tabernacle is the one that are in the truth, the one that know that. And when you go back to the dark, to the dark ages, Saturday was legalized as a Shabbat day. It wasn't just. It's not like today we have to force ourselves to keep it. Back in the days in England, Shabbat Saturday was officially a day of rest. No, it was Saturday. Because you had the covenant keepers that were in the parliament, that were the judges,
Church of England.
the Jacobites. The Church of England came, yes, in that spirit. Yeah.
That's why every half a mile or something, churches everywhere. Isn't it?
Right, because this is serious, but this is the new. It used to be called the New Jerusalem, bro. England, all of that used to be called the new. That's why England is what? England is Brit.
Britannia.
Yeah? Brit. Brit goes back to Barayafa, which is covenant. So England mean what? The land of the angel, but Brits mean the covenant people. Anglo-Saxon is what? The angelic sons of Isaac, and people know that. All right, so it started here. So that revelation took form here. Watch what I'm saying. Listen, go on.
Bro.
So Revelation 2, I will show you something about the two witnesses. You will see something.
Verse
Read it.
2. But the court which is without the temple, leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles.
The Gentiles is what? The Edomite that will take over after a while, like they did. Those are the Edomite, because today the Gentiles as well, everyone else, like the Moabites, but I'm talking about the Edomite because we're talking about the Edomite. They're the one that are ruling right now. They're the one that took over during the Renaissance. So we're talking about the Edomite. Carry on.
And the holy city shall they tread under 42 months.
Right, and that's what happened. It happened in West Africa, and it happened as well in England, because when they took over, they did some damage, man. Today, a lot of people that are born in this country don't even know. If you tell them, like, you know, what does it mean to be a Brit? What's the etymology? What's the root word? They don't even know what England means. People think that the Anglo-Saxon were white people, man. But the Edomite took everything today. If you say something about it, like, now, why are you lying? Because they whitewash everything. You know what I'm saying? And they bred out, they did some madness. So that revelation, man, when I had it, I was like, yo, man, it's like, it's hidden in plain sight. You read it.
Well, yeah, for free, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Verse 3. I will give power unto my two witnesses.
I will give power unto my two witnesses, read.
And they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth.
Right, and you got to understand that as well. It's many layers. Right now, we're prophesying in sackcloth, but it started a long time ago. Because for the church to be established in Europe, it wasn't blood. When the Catholics took over, they were doing witchcraft. They were doing voodoo.
But like
the Levite, the wicked Levite, they're the one that started the whole shit. And they were doing voodoo. Catholic is not a word for voodoo, but they just made it official.
What are the ordinances and stuff?
Yeah, they just made it official. But it's, when you look at them, I grew up in Catholic. When you look at the mass is a voodoo ritual, man. It's a corruption of the tabernacle ritual that the Levites used to do back in the days when you had the temples and that. But when you go to a voodoo temple, that's the reason in 80 you will have a voodoo priest, and what does he have as picture behind the altar? The altar, the white, the Pope. But there will be the white Pope in it. And you think like, yo, look at the relationship between voodoo. Look at those. It's right there, man. Because why? The Levites started the Catholicism. They were doing, these are the wicked priests that took it and did their own thing. All right? Now the Church of England came and now took that from them and brought it where it's supposed to be. And that was Henry VIII. You understand what I'm saying? The Reformation. And that was what? Blood. Even for the parliament, that people say parliament. Parliament was a Christian. It was a religious war, man. It was the covenant keepers, the Protestant against the Catholic, man. It was a war.
Yeah, it was. Truth.
So it's not. We didn't start the work, We are the receiving end. If it wasn't for them, which is us coming back anyway, we were there, we did the work, we're coming back to do the work again in different form and things like that. But back in the day, people went to war in the name of the truth, in the name of the gospel. So who are the two witnesses in that context. Read it.
Verse 4. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the God of the earth.
Now, before you carry on, if you look at the coat of arms, if you look at the coat of arms of Britain, what do you see?
Coat of arms. Is it the lion and
See the
and
lion,
unicorn?
the unicorn. Now let me break it down something.
And then you got the harp and you got something else.
Right.
Yeah.
So I say this, right? Revelation, you can't read it. Let me read my note. Yeah. So Revelation 11:8, the dead body, just like the Israelite, will perish and never saw Canaan. I will come back to that. All right. And America and the only place where the deliverance will take place. We will come back to that as well. But let me get back to Revelation 11 and verse 2. That's what I was saying. Shows something if we pay attention. Before Africa was taken down by the Gentiles, or remember, in the Dark Ages, when you went to Africa, what did you have? The Kingdom of Congo, the Kingdom of Mali, the Kingdom of the Songhai, the Kingdom of Ghana, the Ife Kingdom, the Omo, all these powerful kingdoms. So we were kings back in those days. But in Europe as well, we were ruling. All right. But Europe fell before. In Europe, the blacks in Europe fell before the black in Africa fell. That's what people don't understand.
I understand.
Because they're thinking that the slave trade is only happened all in Africa. No, it started here. Okay, listen to this. So I say Revelation 11 verse 2 shows something if we pay attention. Before Africa was taken down by the Gentiles, meaning the Edomite, obviously we had the period where the Ishmaelites were trading, but they were bringing them to what? To India, to all of those places. They did their thing as well. I'm talking about the Edomite. I'm talking about the Edomite, the correlation between the Edomite and the Jacobites. Yeah? In Europe. All right? So before Africa was taken down by the Gentiles, beginning from the 14th century, Europe, especially the UK, Scotland, Ireland, and England, were known as the New Jerusalem. That's why, and you can check it. I have a book on that as well. I don't remember. I read so many books. I have a book on that where it's known that England, especially England, was known as the New Jerusalem, man. You know what I mean? Because remember, that's where the Church of England was birthed. All right? And I say, we're known as the New Jerusalem. That's why the people from England are known as Brits, which goes back to Barayata, meaning covenant, indicating that those Jacobites and more were Israelites during the Renaissance. Sorry, the Israelites. During the Renaissance, they got systematically taken down, partly by the Black Plague and bred out to a certain extent, right? If we look at England, the England coat of umbrella, meaning like the Edomite would take a black woman and start out baby. After the free generation, they will look what? And the Edomite as well. You know what I mean? Or the Edomite girl would take a black man, and then the baby make sure that he marry an Edomite before you know it. So you got a lot of these Caucasian looking,
but the Jakes.
You know the Jakes.
But like that's why I have a like spiritually.
You got to discern, man.
No, not just that. Like some Irish and Scottish people.
Oh yeah, they're definitely us, man. A lot of them.
They're cool. Like you just get along. But
that's why you say no Irish, no nigga, no dog. All right. I was even watching a movie that came out not long ago. In mafia, English mafia. You know, I forgot the name. The English mafia, you know, operating in London, and then the family was mixed. It was like Jake and Irish, and they were like family, man, working against whoever.
But that's how
that's how you know. That's right there. That's how you know that something is going on as far as the Scotland and Irish. And when you look at the spirit, because a lot of them they got the spirit on them.
That's true.
I even watch a guy, a pastor, you know, bro. The guy has the spirit on him, man. A Scottish guy. He has this. That's Jake right there, man. Jake, when he teaches you, like, yo. So it goes to show that Revelation 7 and 9 is a real thing, because when you take the multitude from all of it, yeah, it's us people, man. You know?
Yeah.
How you doing? All right? Good.
Hi.
Where are you from?
Says that incense.
Oh, you love the incense smell. Oh, okay, yeah, that's incense. That's incense. Oh, yeah.
You guys are always here filming, aren't you?
Yeah. We Bible teachers.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, son?
Oh, and you're videoing.
Yes. We videoing ourselves, basically. Not the whole thing, but
Nice.
ourselves.
And then you're broadcasting.
And then we broadcast it on YouTube later.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What faith are you?
We call ourselves the Israelites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, we call ourselves the Israelites. We just teach a Bible from like a different, I would say, angle. So basically, we all know that Jesus. Are you a Christian?
No, but not really, no. But I mean, I was.
But you know
I
about
grew up-
Christianity.
Yeah. I grew up in
You
church.
grew up in the
England
church,
church.
exactly,
Yeah.
like Church of England,
Yeah.
right? So, like, we have the notion of, you know, Jesus being, you know, the Savior and that. So
Yeah.
that's what we're teaching. But we go deep into it. We link history with it to bring more clarity, basically.
Yeah.
You know. So that's. But if I can ask, what are you? Where are you English? Are you?
Yes.
You Scottish? Are you
No,
Irish?
English.
English. Thoroughbred English.
Yeah. Thoroughbred.
Yeah.
Southeast. Yeah, I grew up
Oh,
in
South-
Cambridgeshire.
Oh,
but
Cambridge.
I lived in London most
That's
of
where
my life.
Malaka Ashani is from. That's where it is.
Cambridgeshire, yeah.
That's deep, man. That's deep, you see.
Anyhow, I'll leave you to
All
it.
right,
Take care.
all right then. Take care. Have a good day, madam. Take care. Yeah, man. And you know, Henry VIII, he was based in Cambridge.
Swear.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the spirit, and she might be what? She might be herself, because you know how the spirit moves, man. You
Yeah.
can't be talking about, come on, the new one, or talk about certain people. You know they're gonna manifest, and that's what we see today, man.
Never know. She
So
says she's English.
this
though.
week, yeah, but there's a lot of English, and it's the same thing, bro.
Jerusalem.
There's a lot of them that are bred out. There's a lot of them that look like Edomite, but they're Jake.
Yeah.
You see how her hair is a bit curly. You didn't pay attention, did you? Her hair is a bit curly, but yeah, anyway. So yeah, so I was saying that we're known as the New Jerusalem. That's why the people from England are known as Brits, which goes back to the Barayafa, meaning covenant, all right? Indicating that those Jacobites or Moors were Israelites during the Renaissance. They got systematically taken down by the Black Plague and bred out to a certain extent. And when we say bred out, that's what she manifests. You know what I mean? So a lot of them became like her. You know what I mean? But she's probably a Jake. You know? If we look at the England coat of arms, you see the lion, which is Judah,
Yep.
Southern Kingdom, and the unicorn, which based on Deuteronomy 33, get it? 17, goes back to something, because it's not a unicorn. They just put a unicorn, but actually it goes back to something that we're gonna check ourselves and we're gonna carry on. You
17,
see?
yeah?
So yes, so given that
Oh, administration of justice.
given that the lion is Judah,
Yeah.
and then the unicorn we is Ephraim, which is the head.
serious?
When we say Ephraim, Ephraim is the head of the northern tribe. So when we say Ephraim, we talk about the northern tribe in general. All right. So these are the two witnesses, man. And the two witnesses are shown on the coat of arms of England. Understand. Why? Because the church, the gospel that you have today, the Bible that you carry today, the English that you speak today, all right, started from the Church of England. The church was birthed once again after the disciples did their thing in Europe, all right, and got killed off, and that energy carried on, all right, and it jumped on them coming back in their reincarnation to establish it. So you being able to read the Bible today, when back in the time it was Latin, it was only accessible to the king. The Church of England, the Reformation, what's his name? King Henry VIII and Cromwell, and also the people like Luther in Germany. All of that were Jake. That started. No, it's different. There's a guy called Luther in Germany that started as well the Reformation. It's not just in England, but England, because that's where the Most High, that was the main church, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's where it started up for real.
KJV, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like obviously King James 2K, and then translated it. But before that, there was a Reformation, man. All right. So the two witnesses, is manifested in war. When you look at the England and coat of arms, those are the two witnesses that this is the symbolic of the two witnesses to show you that it started off in England. All right, and a lot of you guys from the Caribbean and from America were shipped up from Europe, not only West Africa. A lot of you were shipped up from Europe after Weather lost a war. For example, there was a 30 years war in Germany. Those who lost, the blacks who lost the war, guess where they got sent off? To the Americas, either Barbados or America. You understand what I'm saying? So you go pay attention, man, to what's going on, bro. You know what I mean? It's very key. All right. So read Deuteronomy 33 and 17, man.
Okay.
Hopefully you will get it.
This is the blessing of Moses. Deuteronomy chapter 33
And 17.
verse 17. His glory is like the firstling of his bullock, and his horns are like the horns of unicorns.
Right, and that's what happened. That energy was established in Europe, man.
Was
You know
that?
what I mean, Ephraim and Judah, and everyone was there. All the tribes were there, and they did the work here, man. And then they came back again, and we're doing the work today. But they did the work there. They were so powerful in that work that the coat of arms of England is the two. No, so when you look at the coat of arms of England, you're looking at the two witnesses. You're looking at what he said in Revelation 11. So read it.
With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth, and they are the 10,000s of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh.
Now, when you don't go back into
Zebulun as well.
Yeah, go back into the 17.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, go back into click on that. Yeah, go back into Linear and look at the unicorn. Where's the unicorn? What does he say?
I don't know the usage. Probably the great aurochs or wild bulls.
What?
Probably the great aurochs or wild bulls.
Right.
Which are now extinct.
Right.
The exact meaning is not known.
Right. So Ephraim, symbolic is the wild bulls. If you know, you know. Judah, symbolic is Judah. Wild bulls. So the unicorn, I don't know why they put a unicorn there, but it's actually, they're supposed to be put the white bull. That white bull represent who? Ephraim, the northern tribe, and Judah, and the lion represent who? Judah, the southern tribe. Understand, man? All right. So I'm carrying on reading my notes, and I say, if we look at the England coat of arms, you see the lion, which is Judah's southern kingdom, and the unicorn, which based on Deuteronomy 33 and 17, goes back to the wild bull, which represent Ephraim, the northern kingdom. That being said, the two witnesses are Judah and Israel. All right. Now, verse 7 of Revelation 11 speaks of the beast coming out of the bottomless pit. So read it. Verse 7 of Revelation. We'll show you, man. We will prove to you that actually, when he talks about, the great city is not America only. The great city is America after, but before it's Europe. That's the point I wanted to make, man. Because let's say that the main event is in America. No, the main event is in two places. In three places, actually. First, Africa. Second,
Europe. America.
America today. I'm talking about today.
Okay.
America, and then third Europe. But before it would be Europe, then Africa, and then America. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not the great city is, you know, wherever the Israelites are and catching hell, basically. It's not. I respect the Black American, so-called Black American struggle.
Yeah.
By all means, I respect it. But you gotta respect. You gotta understand. We catching hell as well. Yeah, man.
Right.
We live in the same. You know what I'm saying? And this is England, man. And England is beefing with what? Russia as well. So the missile will definitely come in his part of the world, man. It's not gonna be, you know, America only. Do you know what I mean? So I'm saying that pertaining to Zechariah 13:8 when he say that, oh, that which a lesson will come out of that as well. A lesson will come, so like for that, I'll do a lesson on that. When he say that in Zechariah 13:8 that, you know, and the two-thirds shall be cut off. It's not just in America. I'm sorry. And that's what I'm trying to break down. Technically, the city we talk about what? Here. Because when he say, and the body shall lie in a great city, a lot of people die in Europe, you know, during those wars in the Dark Ages, you know, the 1300, 1400, 1500. They were fighting for whoever was on top at the time. If it was Catholic, they were killing the Protestant. If the Protestant was on top, they were killing. I mean, ruling were killing the Catholics. And that's when you see the Parliament. It's a result of all those religious war, man, between the Catholics and the Protestant. So read Revelation 11 verse 7 and 8. So I can carry on reading my notes so brothers can see what I'm talking about.
This is Revelation 11 verse 7. And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them.
Right, and when they shall finish that, so when they finish to establish, because you gotta understand as well, prophecy is twofold, threefold, meaning that it repeats itself. Right? We're going through it today again because we are teaching the truth. But it was before that. Obviously, yes, the truth this time around was birthed technically where? In America. Meaning like, for us to know what we know again, we have to look toward America because the first prophet came out of America in a way, so to speak. The first people who told us how we the Israelite on a large scale was from America. But before that, during the Dark Ages, the prophet was what? In Europe, man. Look, when you're talking about Church of England, today it looked like something else. But before, these were those niggas, those Jake that was teaching, but on another level because they were ruling. So he had power. So he involved the war because people say, okay, no, we breaking forth and it's war. It's not like today where you can get up and break away from a camp. But if you break away from a camp back then, be ready for war, man.
You're with us, you're against
So
us.
them prophets over there, they were warlike prophets. That's how the Most High made it. But them prophets over, we had money, we had power. So when power is involved, you know what comes? War. But we established the truth before. All right. So read out verse 7 again.
11 and 7. And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit.
So when they shall finish their testimony, the Church of England and everything that came out, the translating of the Bible, the King James version, and today like King of the what's the name? Oh, I forgot his name. How can I forget the Black King?
What?
The King of Scotland. The King of Scotland of. It's not Henry VIII. The one that translated the King James version. I forgot his name. But anyway.
Translated it.
Yeah, that the one that translated the Bible. Which is called let me say who? Yeah. You go quickly, man. I can't believe I forgot the name, bro.
Okay.
You have to say that, man. You have to say his name before you carry on, bro. King James, bro.
I said that.
You see how sometimes like the fog.
Yeah, fog.
How can I say King James and I don't even know it's King James? Come on, man. King James, guys. So you see, these are the testimony, bro. Because remember, after they killed King James, that's why the slavery really started in Europe. Yeah.
Deep.
But even before that, you know, there was a war going on,
When did
man.
King James die? What, early 1800s? 1700s?
No, 1600.
Okay.
And after that, the war came. You know what I'm saying? I mean, which is a war, the transatlantic slave trade started, yeah? So, I say that, that being said, the two witnesses are Judah and Israel. Verse 7 of Revelation 11 speaks of the beast coming out of the bottomless pit, making war with Jake. All right? And you got to understand, when we talk about the bottomless pit, actually, the bottomless goes back to the abyss. All right?
Well, see.
The bottomless go back to abyss. Abyss is another word for hell.
Okay.
All right? And the Greek came with that whole 80 and hell, the underground place where the demon dwell. That's what hell means.
That's lyrical story.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on, man. So the bottomless pit is Europe. And he says clearly that after the testimony of those prophets, that's where the beast, which is who? Esau, came out of the bottomless pit to make war, man. Along with the dragon being behind him, putting the battery on his head against us. That's when the Black Plague now happens.
We wouldn't play war.
Yes. And that's why we weaken now, and then they can come in with the Renaissance and changing everything. So it was prophecy, but it happened where? In Europe. The bottomless pit is not America. So when we talk about Revelation 8, in Revelation 11 and 8, the spiritual Egypt and that, and it starts first in Europe. That's the point I wanted to make. All right. So now, finish off with Revelation, verse 8.
7.
Verse 8, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't finished 7 though.
Yeah, read 7 and 8 and then we will carry on.
Revelations 11 and 7. And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them. Verse 8.
Overcome them and kill them. We got killed off, man.
Yeah.
And when we came back today, we came back as slaves. Obviously, how people stay there, but a lot of them were bred out. We saw one example of that lady today. I believe she's a speckled bird. But when we came back again, all right, came back to Europe again, after we were colonized and enslaved, we came back as slaves. But before, at that point, we are ruling until we are weakened again, because we doing bullshit. The Most High is not happy, and then He just swallow us, man. And it's always the case. That's why I compared this wilderness to the wilderness back in Egypt, because it's the same thing that happened. People came from Egypt, were happy, wanted to go back, and the Most High swallowed them. Only the certain generation, John, Caleb, and Joshua, the people, the young one, they're the one that made it. And today, a lot of old bottles will die off. That's why there's no point trying to you can teach everywhere, but you teach him to open the eyes of the elect, not the eyes of every Jake. You can teach them from money to money, they ain't gonna get it because they're part of that number that should perish, man.
Sad, man, sad.
That's why they look how they behave. Look, the elder from 45 to 50. Look how they are, man. 55. They're finished. They have faith in oppressor, man. Their relationship is like the girl that got raped, but that loved the rapist. You know, some women that love the abusers. You know, you can't take him away from the abusers. That's the relationship between Jake and the oppressor Esau. So your gospel saying that we Israelite and that they don't want to hear. That's why I don't talk to just anyone like that. You know. I go to some people don't even know I'm an Israelite. I don't need to tell them that. Because I can read the spirit and know that it's not for them. They're meant to perish. You understand what I'm saying? They're meant to perish. Meaning, when they die, they ain't going to find the truth. Some people will die and know the truth before they die. But these ones, they will die without knowing the truth.
So it's a blessing to bring the truth, people. See it as a blessing, not an impediment, you know?
Yeah.
It's our power, man.
For a select group, man. You know? That being said, the two witnesses are Judah and Israel. Verse 7 of Revelation 11 speaks of the beast coming out of the bottomless pit, which is Europe, making war with Jake. All right. Revelation 9 and 2. Go and read Revelation 9. We're going to prove to you again that
verse 8 or not?
Finish it and then go to Revelation 9 and 2. We're going to prove to you that actually Revelation 9.
Alright.
You know what I'm saying?
Verse 8. And their bodies and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
You see that? And when you think about it, where's the place, the first place where, you know, Yahweh Shai, physical aspect and name will change? Where? Was it in America or in Europe?
Europe.
Exactly. So how can you say that the great city is America? Yes, he is America because the same people got sheep over there and Jake is over there. Israel, like Jerusalem is over there. Yes. But the great city is not America only. It's first Europe. But this is where his name got blasphemed actually. That's where they changed the name and that's why they changed his physical aspect. They turned him into an Edomite.
Which is not,
Cesar Borgia.
That's it.
But even Cesar Borgia technically is not even an Edomite. It's a speckled bird. It's what you call a bastard child. That's if you want to go deep into it, because he's a child of who? Alexander VI, the Pope. At that time, these Pope, all these guys were Levite, man. A lot of them turned, at that point, a lot of them are mixed race because Levi mixed in with the Edomite woman. But Levi is what? The badger. The Edomite is what? The snake. And the badger can take the snake bite. You go to sleep and come back. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's it. That's why a lot of the Levite were with the Edomite. So a lot of them had the appearance of, after 3 generations, they look like Edomite, but they actually were Jake. And that's where that energy come from, because they had the mother putting the battery on them because of the hate they had for the black man. Because at that time, when the black man was ruling and was having a child with the Edomite, the child would be a bastard because he wouldn't recognize the Edomite woman. He was slapping her on the side. And they had a lot of bastard. That guy that came and conquered, William the Conqueror in England. He's a bastard child. So he might have been maybe a mixed race guy, a light-skinned guy or whatever, but his dad was a Jake and his mom was an Edomite. You know what I mean? You gotta know what's going on. All right, but anyway, so Europe was the first place where they bastardized the name of the Most High, and they bastardized his physical aspect. So the great city goes back first to Europe before it's America. Let's get that straight. So that means that Zechariah 13 and 8 doesn't only pertain to America, but to everywhere Jake is. And that's it, man. Go understand that. So I will read now. Have you finished it? So I can carry on reading.
Hold on. You said Revelation.
Yeah, Revelation
9 and what?
9 and 2, I believe. Yeah, 9 and 2.
Right.
To prove that Europe is the bottomless pit.
Alright. This is the 5th trumpet, the bottomless pit. Revelation chapter 9 verse 2. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose a smoke out of the pit, and the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit.
That goes back to what? That goes back to the Second World War. And the Second World War as well was killing off the Jake seed and the Jake power off. And that was the rise of the Amalekites into power, man. All right? So that happened in Europe, not in America. So the bottomless pit that Revelation 11 and 7 speaks of is Europe, man. So how can that be? How can a great city be only America? We go have critical thinking, which is the Holy Spirit working through you, giving you that understanding, you know. So Revelation 9 and 2, that bottomless pit, okay, is Europe. Bottomless means abyss, another word for hell, okay, or where the demons dwell. The Greek came with the concept of hell. All right, so the place of abyss is Europe. That gives us the understanding of Revelation 11 and 8. The great city is Europe, first in America. The metaphor of the dead body goes beyond our current spiritual state. It started during the 13th, 14th, 15th century when Jakes who were Protestant were being slaughtered by the Catholics, vice versa. depending on which camp was ruling at the time. When that was taking place, the 10 tribes in America were chilling until the conquistadors pulled up on them.
What's that, Espanol?
Right. So that Israelite ideology saying that the great city is solely America is almost an heresy. All right. In verse 9, yes, the Israelite men, women, child, and America suffer, but so is Jake in Europe. And plus, the Edomite power structure started in Europe and established itself in North America. Also, we have to come to the knowledge that the transatlantic slave trade did not begin in West Africa, but in Europe. The first to be sent to Barbados and the Caribbean were prisoners of wars of the 30 Years' War in Germany. Also, Europe is the place where Yahweh's name and physical aspect has been whitewashed. After our 1,000 years rule in Europe, we lost once more our might and our power. We became wandering stars. West African was captured, and like the prophecy says in Deuteronomy 4:27, we were scattered to the four corners of the earth from Europe and West Africa. Thus began our journey in the wilderness, which are America, Europe, and wherever we were exiled. Interestingly enough, we are living the same thing we live in the wilderness of Africa. And after our first exodus, but this time without a proper leadership, man. Because we don't have the proper leadership. The same people are there, are here today, the Moses, all of that here, but we not in our right minds. I mean, they're doing the work, but we're not as powerful as we were. Yeah, so this is the concrete witness. And go quickly to Isaiah 11 and 11, and let's once again show with that verse that we it's not only America. You know what I mean?
I like Isaiah. All right, this is the restored remnant. Isaiah chapter 11 verse 11. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his right hand the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Paphros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea.
Right. If you look at it, obviously island of the sea is the Jamaica, which is America, but you got the Shell. Back in 2004, I was sharing a place with a guy. I had my bed, he had the bed in the place.
Okay.
And he was Seychelles. Tall guy, like a basketball player. He said I used to play basketball back in Seychelles. Seychelles is an island somewhere, down Africa or whatever. Yeah, like the Mauritius and all of that. Cape Verde, all of these people. They're Jake, man. A lot of them are Jake.
Yeah, they're nice women.
The Cape Verde people is mainly the Portuguese, the Jake, the Moors. In the 1492, they got chased in it. The Inquisition, they got chased back to Africa, and a lot of them went to Cape Verde.
But what did they speak Creole French as well?
Yeah, they have the I think it's Portuguese Creole.
Okay.
Portuguese Creole, like the guy from like the Brazilian.
One guy that from Medina from there.
They're nice, man.
Very
good. Yeah, so you see what I'm saying? It's like you got to understand these things, man. So it's not only in America that the Most High will go and take these people. Because he said in verse 9 that he will take the 1/3. So the 1/3 is only in America? That's foolish to say such thing, man. That's why I say I don't listen to no man. I listen to what the Bible says, man. Sorry to say that, bro. Because that's how I'm going to try and keep my sanity in this kingdom, because otherwise I'm just going to follow anything. So I'm going to let the Spirit guide me, man. Yeah. And the common sense doesn't tell that the 1/3 is. It's like, come on, man. Like I say again, if you're a GMS guy in England, how do you feel though when your elder in America tells you that, we only focus in that land? But when you wake up, you yourself All right, Jake, catching here in this country. You're in England. You see what's going on in the news. You know Russia is coming for England and the European Union. And they're talking about it's only in America. Like, how do you prepare? If I don't know, how do I prepare? You go, because it seems like it's only the Jake in America that needs to prepare. And we know we shouldn't be prepared when we can see that it's going to go down. So how do we tell the next man that don't know nothing to prepare, not from America, but you live here? So we gotta be real with this thing, man. This is not a game. This is not something that we just follow like, okay, follow. We love following. Today, everyone do the mumble rap. But back in Tupac time, people were doing the lyrical stuff. Jake just follows. Yeah. People do that. Everyone does it, and that's what works. Come on, man. Be like, be an individual. Like, come on. The Bible said, do not follow the multitude to sin. Just because an elder that's been in the truth of, and I respect the elders, man. Double honors to them. But if something is not biblical, I must have the courage to. It's not because I'm better than them, but just that if the Most High reveals it, man. You know, if you reveal it to me, I should have the authority to speak it. So, I'm not being rude.
That went over my head. What you say?
I say that double honors to the elders who taught us the truth.
Okay, yeah, double honors for real.
But if some of the things that they say is wrong, we must have question. We must have question, and then if we know that it's wrong, we don't teach it. We don't teach what's right. Correction. Based, according to the
call it the rod of correction.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to bring that out, man. I just wanted to bring that out, and also say that the 40 years of wandering in the desert, all right, are similar to our people being hard at hearing and not hearkening. The old bottle resisting the truth and loving Esau in his society, man. All right, and also the science behind the Caleb and Joshua making is the same thing. It's like the 144K, only the 144K and the 1/3 will make it. Not everyone. Just like in the wilderness, a lot of our people didn't make it. They got destroyed because they wanted to go back to Egypt. A lot of our people trust in Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? All right. Also, we got the bad reporting. The bad reporting. Go to quickly Numbers 13, man, 32 to 33. And we're gonna stop there. You know what I mean? The bad report, man. People don't believe. People come and do whatever they want to do in this. People are here for money. Some people make money. Sikari in them. I'll call it, bro. I even chant. I'll call it all day, bro. It's not my. I don't care. But I'll call it. Anyone piece more, I'll call it, bro. I can call it. Okay, Sikari and IUIC, man. IUIC. That's that Korah spirit, man. It's that Korah spirit wanted to have fame. They went against Moses, man, because they were jealous of Moses' fame and they wanted to have fame as well. That's what IUIC do, trying to riding on horse, making money, Sikari as well. And the guy, the Genesis guy, Deacon Akar, and all of these guys making money online and going home. He said that he has a life, he got a beautiful car. You can have a beautiful car, a beautiful home, but you're showing me that you're not about the truth, man. The real man of the Lord will catch hell some way, somehow. You gotta be purified. Why are you being purified? I don't see it, man. You wanna make money, bro. Giving a bad report. You're making it seem like, this is our kingdom. When this like the spy went there and it's like, oh man, we can't, seriously, man, we gotta be careful because these guys, man, we saw the giant, the children of Anak, we see they're very strong, we can't get it. It's the same thing you are doing, man. When you teach, it's like, you don't give the urgency of people in that spirit. You don't put the urgency in the spirit so that they can really leave that narrow path, and then get to the kingdom. You make them want to make money here. It's okay to make money, but you don't make money based on the truth. You don't take the truth and make money, man.
Make money
so you are giving a bad report by doing that. But read it, Malakah, man. Read like I said, man, read
32 and 33, right?
Yeah.
This is Reuben and Gad settled in Gilead. Numbers chapter 32, verse 33. And it reads, and Moses gave unto them, even to the children of Gad, and to the children of Reuben, and unto unto half the tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon.
Are you sure it's that? Let me check. Maybe I made a
32
mistake.
and 33.
Let me check something quickly on my phone. Go to how can I go to the Google. Yeah, number
13. 32, yeah.
Oh, you're reading something now. 30, yeah. Okay.
All right. So this is the spies' report. Numbers chapter 13, verse 32. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof, and all of the people that we saw in it are men of great stature.
Right, you see that? So they kind of like wanted to put fear on the people that were supposed to go and get it, the warriors in them, you know what I'm saying? And that's what you lot are doing. You know, it's like they lack faith. Indeed, Sicarian now, you lot are lacking faith. I heard, what's his name, that guy, the head of Sicari, talk about the situation that happened between him and Deacon Akar. He talks about, we had a contract of content. You know, when let's do the content, you know, like the content creator.
Yeah, pattern.
The content creator, they have like a contract. Basically, you know how people have like a show. How do you call those show
Events.
No, on the show on the radio, on the show on YouTube. They have those broken. They have a name for that. Podcast.
Yeah.
They're treating this show like a podcast show, man.
Like
Contract, making money and all of that. It's like, are you kidding me? Anyway,
they're trying to get to their bag, isn't it?
right. You're gonna get to your bag. Don't worry. You're gonna get to your bag, man. So the bad reporting, you know, the lack of faith. All right. So, see, the 144K was given the gift of faith and spiritual ability to discern the times and have an understanding of what is to come. So that's the reason why we don't need to sell anything. We just do what we have to do to survive and have faith, because we understand what's going on. But some people, they just want to become businessmen. You know, like, you're wolves, man. You lot are wolves. You know? You lot are wolves. All right? They are the real seers. They can see through the fog, contrary to the rest who have a mental and a spiritual fog. A hex was put on them, so they are zombies, all right, the living dead, all right, and those are the ones who are laying in the street of the great city. They're laying dead. They are entombed spiritually. They're also why. That's also why a lot of our people are into Egyptology, Freemason, Boule. All right, Boule is like a Freemason, the black Freemason part the black part of the Illuminati or whatever, the Boule, right?
Dark.
Right, they're the one of the gatekeeper, like PDD was one, you know. All right, so you know, the Book of the Dead, like I said, the Book of the Dead is the worship of Anubis, the dog god. All right, the guardian of the underworld. If you notice, a lot of Israelites love to say, "What up, dog?" Like DMS used to say that. DMS, that's the reason why DMS was struggling, because he had that spirit of death over him. He had that demon. That's why he loved dog. You know, dog. He didn't understand. He loved the Lord, but that spirit was. That's the reason why he got taken out, because he was fighting against that spirit. Because don't remember, Israelite, we got a lot of demons that influencing us, you know. So that's one thing as well. And it's true, people are not too spiritual. Like, they think it's just going out and doing the work, yeah, trying to keep the law. No, you gotta be spiritual on that level as well. So we got demons that are trying against, they're putting us into addiction, putting us into situations where we can come out of them, man. We can't come out of. So we gotta know the war that we're in. It's a spiritual one. And DMX had an issue. That Anubis dog, God, that demon was on him. That's why I love dog. He loved dog more than human, bro. He had his reason, but spiritually, that's what it looked like, right? So the Book of the Dead is the worship of Anubis, the dog god, the guardian of the underworld. If you notice, a lot of Israelites love to say, "What up, dog?" All right, and love, yeah, that's my dog. Are spiritual, you know, and love to call the women bitches. That's the truth now, the female dog, right? I admonish brothers in this truth to stay away from women who move like bitches, because they have the Anubis demon on them, and then bring death to your life. They bring bad luck. All right, so when you see them hold them bitches, they got that demon. He look like he represents like he got a dog face and a human body. Yeah. A lot of these women have that. That's why a lot of women, when you have sex with them, they bring bad luck. You feel like dead. Nothing is working. And I used to love them women that, you know, the slut. I used to love them, but that's demonic. A man of the law, you should. That's why a man of the law shouldn't go and fuck these ashawos and things like that. Now you understand. You shouldn't just fuck any girl that you think, or any girl that fuck any that have that high level. She's a witch. She got a spirit working with her, man, to take soul, to take energy. But anyway, hopefully you were edified, man. Hopefully what we brought today kind of like, you know, clicks, you know, something click in your spirit, or, you know what I'm saying, make your antenna, you know, kind of standing like, yo, yeah, I get it, man. Hopefully you were edified. Until then, we'll see you next week, man, Lord willing. All right? Allah, Allah.
Allah, Allah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shama,
Shama,
Sha'ai,
Sha'ai,
Thought.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Yahweh have mercy on us.
man.
Have mercy on us, man. Shalom to
Shalom, people.
the Bayafat, man, and also to the Yasharala.